Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gold for my master.
Oh, bounty!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant have fortified their structures.
And currently CIS Rejects is using the map a little bit more efficiently. Both their Lifestealer and their Lina are getting really fat. And that is quite scary for bait, because they're quite momentum based. In a straight up farming battle, they're not gonna be coming out on top most likely.
Okay, well, Smoke's up right then. He could be in a little bit of trouble here. Spike will connect now as well with the cookie to get him away safely as the epicenter comes out. The Fire Blast as well from Gats. He did get the double cast of the Laguna Blade. Gets used to take down Pijon. In the grand scheme of things, again, a good trade here for bait, and he might not be done just yet. Yes, the Mortal Kisses was used. I think Sonic Wave is still available. Violent is still there with the boat. Being fast, Ramsey's just
Bounty!
get himself away safely, and 3 heroes up against 4. Bait, once again, have the momentum after this fight, and it looks like they want to carry on going.
They can kill the Lifestealer here. Torrent not quite gonna hit though. And Roger was behind with the relocate as well.
Gatsy wants to go. He's not got a medallion. Oh, Starfire does have the medallion though. To bait, doing some really good fights. At what point do you think they decide to go into Roshan and really push their advantage?
They don't have a great lineup for Roche, all things considered, so they would need like 2 or 3 kills beforehand.
Right.
Ooh, FNG.
Maybe 1 to 2, 3 kills as he gets silenced up the blink forward. Laguna with that scatter blast does secure the kill. Violent stepping up onto this tier 2 tower now as well. Philosopher's Stone comes out from the side of CIS Rejects. That could be nice for both supports who are bottom of the net worth now. The rotation is the good. I mean, Pijon with the Sandstorm, so again, close to that BKB. Not overcommitting now onto the Lifestealer or the IO. They want to go for it. Laguna, again, with this minus armor, the little shredder, as well as that medallion. So it might take them a little bit of time here, but bait inside the pit. You do have, what's the epicenter in 15, that boat in a couple of seconds as well. The ultimate case is not too far away, so those ultimates are up. The fight breaks out.
It's gonna fall uncontested, so very nice for bait. They have an Aegis on the Kunkka now, and they should be able to take at least the tier 2 top now.
Yeah, and the intentions here from bait with Violent just going for the X-Max spot TP back, so it looks like he's just going to buy himself a salve, get himself up to full health, and yeah, bait can carry on getting aggressive here.
Radiant's bottom tower
Behind that tier 2 tower once again. As Ramses looks like he just wants to carry on farming. Is that the full... it's going to be the
Radiant's bottom tower.
Does he already have the mask? Yeah, he already has the mask, so that's going to be the Satanic coming out for the Lifestealer.
Is under attack.
Where does he want to go from this? Is this going to be the point where he starts to fight, or does he still need to look to something like a Basher or a Bait just going to force this one out? It looks like the spear comes through. That's right now onto Violent, but Violent again does still have that Aegis, so it might be a quick kill onto the Kunkka. But the multiple kisses are going to be committed now as well to the backline, so CIS Rejects just moving themselves out of this fight once again. Okay, they got an Aegis, but they lost a tier 2, and it looks like they aren't done looking to fight just yet. Backlines, at least the courier goes down, Dendy picking that one up. And yeah, Pijon has the BKB out now as well. Dendy, how close to... Does he have his own BKB? Close to it. Just needs about another 1,000 gold for the recipe.
That was a quick Aegis usage.
Yeah. Just testing the limits, I guess, the Bait, and finding where they do get caught out and killed off.
But hey, they got a tier 2 and they now have the outpost as well, so they have a lot of control.
Bottom tower.
It's not the best Aegis, but plus the Satanic reveal, I suppose.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I think it's take down Pasha. Pasha can get Chris down low. There's going to be the tempo hit from Roger. Sonic Wave comes up. Doesn't matter the amount of burst that comes through there from Dendy to get that kill. Dendy though hexed up, stunned up there by the Earthspike. He needs to get himself away. And he sets all the backlines are going to try and come through. The Laguna Blade as well as the Dragon Slave finishing off Dendy. And I think they're about to go on to Ramses now. Ramses relocated out. And it looks like Depressed could be left alone. If they want to come back into this fight, Dendy is down. They could try and reset up, re-engage here, CIS Rejects. But it looks like Bait, they just want to play it safe, get themselves away. They already lost Dendy, don't want to lose too much more. Sand King was already moving himself down towards this bottom lane now as well. Going towards that Ag Scepter. Okay, so 3 for a 2. That's not a bad trade there for CIS Rejects.
Yeah, it's alright.
On the gold.
But you can tell that Ramses does need a damage item as well. It's just with the Satanic, he's hitting like a wet noodle.
So, well, it's actually going to be the Sanj coming up in. Do you think he turns that... Is this just going to be a Sanj Yasha here for Ramses?
I think it's just a casual Sanj. Such a value item for strength carries.
Yeah, but it's 22 minutes that he's having to go for it. Like, that's usually your first... I suppose he had to go for the Satanic first. So it's kind of a reverse on the 2 items.
I mean, status resistance doesn't ever fall out of favor. Let's see.
Well,
They want to go for some kind of smoke, the CIS Rejects. I don't think so, because they don't have one.
That is a good indicator.
Well, FNG has one.
Does he? Are they going to use this here now? I mean, they are grouping up. Yeah, they're going to go for the smoke out. Press Kid has that Shadow Blade, so no Chrysalis, but going towards the Silver Edge. So the Shadow Blade to start. 4-man smoke up from Bait as well, maybe meeting in the river.
Let's see who is faster on the fingers.
Smoke breaks, Airspike comes out onto 2 of them. Can't see as well as Dendy getting caught out. The finger comes through. Was that Laguna Blade? Dendy will go down, but the backline Pasha getting low to the epicenter. Pasha might go through. That arena is up now as well. What can we do in terms of damage? Dragon Slave comes out to Pijon now. It's not going to connect. Mortimer kisses now as well. It's going to be able to get the kill onto FNG. Ramses gets Boil Struck, and it looks like he might be able to step up and get the kill onto Ramses. Oh, I think connects onto 2 heroes. Lagoon's going to be able to come in with the cookie if he wants to now as well. The relocate out. It's not going to be saving anybody. Preston goes down, and Pasha has to run himself away, so they can just sit, wait for the glowing ball to come back. Samsung's going to be there now as well. Roger Burkhead comes out, and Roger will be popped. 20-6 at 24 minutes into this, and Bait absolutely dominant in this game so far.
I really can't believe this. I wasn't expecting such a good game. Dendy did fall once again, couldn't use his BKB, but overall the fight execution for Bait is pretty darn nice.
Kunkka has the Silver Edge as well as the BKB to come out now as well. He's top of the net worth of this Lifestealer with the Hand of Midas. Laguna as well as Pijon going to be able to get some farm up on the Ancients on the side now as well. So Sand King getting close to the full Agons. He's only what's at about 1,200 gold from completing, so 1 or 2 good fights. And he's going to be able to get this. Does need to be careful. There's going to be the rotation from Pasha with the Bullwhip. Which here, no arena for 5 seconds. Maybe just a little bit too soon here for the side of CIS Rejects to make that jump.
I have to say I've been quite impressed with Laguna's play on this Snapfire so far. 6, 1 and 12, keeps finding really nice cookies, and his Mortimer's kisses have been insane as well.
Yeah, the reaction from Laguna anytime the arena comes up, it always seems that the Mortimer kisses aren't soon far behind.
Pasha does have his BKB now. Like, he kept getting solo killed by Pion. That's not gonna happen anymore.
Is that how... Have I been saying it wrong this entire game? Is it Pion and not Pijon?
I have no idea.
Dire's middle tower.
Okay, I just
isn't
thought you
going to
really
last
liked Papa
long.
John's.
Could be, could be. I'm not sure if that's a thing in Eastern Europe though.
Maybe not. Epicenter. Ramsey's going to show. Do they have the vision to see the lifesteal? If they don't, they're going to see F and G. Ramsey's will show now as well. Epicenter comes out. They're about to go. The burst strike into the torrent now. Coming through. And that Mortimer kisses Sonic away. Ramsey's going to be taking a lot of damage, but it's going to be the IO that takes even more. Ramsey's any way to disrupt the TP. There's not going to be any bashes or anything like that. Pasha even gets himself away.
Chain stun didn't quite work out. They could have done it, but just slight mistiming. Bit unfortunate.
Violent, just clearing off this creep wave on the top. Just keeping that tier 1 tower here protected. And just instantly back towards the rest of his team. In fact, it looks like Sand King 100 gold away. This is going to be his Aghanim Scepter, so that's going to be the caustic finale as well as the super long Burrow Strike range.
Really nice Aghanim Scepter. Would have preferred a Shivas, but then he is already going for one. So Aghanims is really nice. Wonder if he's gonna buy the shard as well.
Is the shard that good? I suppose if you're just moving about the fight.
Yeah. Especially with the Aghanims as well, it pretty much guarantees random pulses. And it reduces the FPS for the enemy team. And your own team as well, I guess.
And the casters probably. Oh, bottom lane. Be able to get himself away. He had the BKB if he needs to press the panic button. Yeah, it's always great when like Monkey Kings and Phantom Lancers and Massive Illusion Heroes, Terrorblades all in one game, and you're trying to cast the match and you just... So hopefully
Radiant
the epicenter on
structures
its
are
own.
fortified.
But on lane, it looks like we're going to get a repeat. I mean, that epicenter's up in 4 seconds. Prescott using the LSA to break some trees. Trying to scout out the TPs now as well. And he just moves over to the other side. You guys get the back over onto the map. Mars, stun locked. Let's get that BKB off, but we'll still go down to Dendy.
Dire's courier has been
And
killed.
FNG just hides in the trees and just says, you're on your own. No way am I stepping up onto that.
I love how Getsy didn't use his... ooh, that's another kill.
Monster kill!
FNG just... Yeah, well, he reveals himself. So the drums get popped from Ogre as well. But Prescott away with that Silver Edge.
But yeah, I love how Getsy didn't use his stun to force Pasha to waste his VKB. That's the kind of plays you can make on an Ogre.
Ramsey's mid lane. It looks like he's just... He thought he was getting got on for real though, so he just uses the Sonic. I suppose that just does get the escape at him, top laner. Prescott have to use that Silver Edge. No reveal onto the Sand King now, but it does come through from Laguna. Does that actually connect? Lena was just a little bit too far away from that dust to get revealed.
And Ramses is gonna go for the SNY now.
Roche is back up pretty much straight away, so that could be the Aghanim shard coming through for the Pion. If they want to go for this, just straight off the bat, but maybe Dandy doesn't have his. I'd probably, in terms of the bait line, I'd probably favor the shard onto the Queen of Pain here.
Yeah, I think so.
For Pion. Pasha has to pop his own. It's going to be just a disengage from both teams. And I mean, what can CIS Rejects do? Because they're down, what's that? A good 17 kills in this game. It looks like they've not really built any momentum in the fights in terms of this game. How do they get themselves back on the map here in this first game?
I feel like they need to keep doing what they're doing, which is just pushing lanes, making sure they don't take big fights right now.
Middle tower is under attack.
Because surprisingly enough, even with Lena and Lifestealer having decent net worth, they just can't fight bait. There is too many stuns.
I trust there was a good reason. Radiant's bottom
Well,
tower is under attack.
If ability draft and purchase tools anything, it stuns win games. as Lena does get revealed outside of that silver edge now as well, but Press Kid be able to back up. I mean, the Lifestealer does have that basher out now after the Sange, like you say, it was just that casual Sange, so that's going to feel quite nice. Does he just go for the full Abyssal Blade then, I guess?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, I guess so. He just needs to upgrade his items now. He has a lot of very efficient items, but he's running out of slots, so might as well upgrade it to Abyssal.
Gonna go for the Sange and Yasha first.
Champion. Finds FNG, and that's a gem.
The stun on the backlines there as well. Press can use that BKB just in time, so he's going to be able to get the solo kill. Going to try and get the TP out. Do they have anything to stop this? Yeah, that BKB was up just a little bit too long, and Queen of Pain rocking the double gems.
So, at which point does Pion just buy a basher?
Radiant's middle tower could
now?
use some help.
Maybe?
Because
Radiant's
it
middle
would
tower
actually
has
be so
fallen.
sick for him to have a BKB piercing disable. Like, Abyssal on Sand King seems like a great idea in this game.
Yeah, no, true. That's, I mean, you have the gap close with the blink as well as the burrow strike, and then an Abyssal as well. That's actually really not bad. He's going to go for the refresher. So maybe you have to have a quick post-game chat with him once this game's over. But
I'm not sure if the world is quite ready for Sand King Abyssal.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
well,
Like, CIS rejects would have to play so incredibly defensively if they can't BKB/Rage TP out. Like, it just opens up the entire map for bait. But hey, maybe next game.
maybe next game, yeah. Once the review and the VODs, and we all know that they watch the English casts to do that.
They're beating on
They'll
Dire's
see
top
this
tower.
pearl of knowledge. Ramses going to be able to move himself out of the torrent. Just want to hold that rage for now, but the X marks the spot does drag back onto Violent. So they are going to try and step up with this, with the Aegis coming through. The text, did he have the lockdown to take at least the Aegis? I'll take it as well, good play. But it looks like Violent, the X marks the spot does save his life now as well. The multiplications do go. So they take down the Sun King at least past because he wants to try and chase. Arena comes through. Only Gatsy caught in it, and the cookie comes out now as well. It's going to break him over the wall. Really nice jailbreak there. Roger on the back lines. Ramsey, so really okay. It's going to be dragging them back in what's that? In the next 6 seconds. So I think he'll be able to get a kill out of this Violent. Still alive, still going with the right click. That's still going to be the Aegis up. Sonic Wave takes down Pasha. 2 kills here from the side of Fate. Pyrax comes through. It's going to be Scatter Blast now onto Lifesteal with the cookie as well. Do we have the lockdown to keep the Lifesteal from... Okay, just back themselves on.
Oh, goodness.
Violent.
Blood in the
He
way.
gets the kill onto Roger. That's going to be a buyback from CIS Rejects. They want to fight this one out. The Hex comes through. The Sun King, no BKB. I think they'll be able to lock down both of them. Bowstrike gets himself away, but Gatsby might not be so lucky here. The backlines, I think they'll get themselves onto Preskin. Preskin with the Satanic, trying to keep himself alive through this right clicks. It's not going to be enough. Bound gets that kill. Roger, who's he going to go to temper to? He doesn't have the temper for the 4 seconds. It doesn't matter because the right click comes through there from Violent once again. If he get that kill, they're going to be chasing down to Pasha. Pasha, if he can get himself away from this, the Ramses with the Infest trying to turn this one around with the Violent. Violent did lose that Aegis. Was that damage going to come through? No, can lock down with the buyback coming through from the Press Kid.
Why does anyone
So they do get the kill onto Violent. Do they want to chase 4 more? Laguna in the tree's going to be able to complete the TP. Then you with the blink away. So even has himself. I didn't realize he has himself the A on this there on the quick trade.
Then he played it really nicely, holding on to his BKB for really long. Now he's gonna have his Shivas as well. But last fight did show that Ramses is starting to become a problem.
Money to burn.
It's not so easy to kill him in a single stun anymore when he has like 3.5k HP. And now the Titan Sliver as well, so he has a lot of status resistance.
He's going to be going towards a BKB as well. It looks like coming through from. So do you think this is finally going to be the once he has the gold to buy that out, just to hand
Radiant's
Midas
top tower
being
has
sold
looked
off here,
better.
or
Yeah, I think so.
maybe playing the true efficiency build and get rid of the boots?
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much
I
help as
doubt it.
bottom.
Because I mean, why do you need boots when you can just infest into somebody? You don't need your own movement speed. You have other people's movement speed.
Maybe I'll have a nap.
I guess so. I mean, you do eventually replace your boots when you have an S and Y.
Yeah.
He's gonna be going for a Swift Blink.
Okay. So completely changes his mind. Okay.
It is pretty good here, just jumping on top of a support, and I think you can kill an Ogre, or potentially even the Snapfire in a single stun.
Yeah. Lena's still going towards the Satanic as well. It's not... still about 1,000 gold away. But that's going to be quite nice when he does finally get towards that depressed kid. How much is a Swift Blink? Like, right off the bat, 6.8k, so he needs another 1,000 gold on Ramses. And if he wanted to sell, maybe this is where he gets rid of his boots. If he just gets the Swift Blink out. Nope,
Just
okay.
buys a BKB. Makes sense.
BKB, yeah. Meanwhile, though, bait are smoked up. Then he might be playing bait in the mid lane, just clearing off this creep wave. Nobody's gonna move towards Dandy here.
Wanna stay aggressive on bait. Without Roche, it's kind of risky.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Do they just try and slow down? I mean, because apart from that last fight where pretty much everybody apart from Violent,
Not much
expanded
good's
buybacks,
happening to
do
Radiant's
they
bottom
just want
tower.
to force something else out now?
Radiant structures
Or,
have
like you say,
been
do they just
snow
play it safe till the Roshan comes back up?
I think they can try to maybe find something, but you don't want to take huge risks or big team fights.
Yeah. FNG just able to TP himself away. Dandy was
Radiant's
close,
bottom tower's got problems.
but nothing to disable the stop the TP there from him. Looks like just get out. Ramses though, this could be back. This could actually be. He's going to try and TP himself away. Don't have anything to stop this. Nah, he was in the middle of the rage. Roger was in the trees. He's going to be able to go for his own TP. Should be
Ooh.
safe.
And Kunkka going for the basher.
It makes sense though, right? I mean, he's changed his mind. He's going to go for the Daedalus. Oh, is it already on the courier?
Yep.
It is, okay. So, and the Daedalus to follow. But yeah, like you were talking about, it does make sense to have at least somebody that can go through these TPs away, the rage, the BKB TPs.
Wait, Sand King has no money as well. What did he buy?
4 stuff? Did he already have
Guess so.
4 stuff? No, he didn't, right? That's a 4 stuff there for the Sand King.
Right. Voice is always good, especially against melee carries.
Well, Dandy, they could maybe get a wrap around here, but there is a ward down, so we'll see the rotations through. Yeah, it's going to see the Sand King out. Let's get some...
Radiant's top tower is
No
under
warning systems down in terms of wards. Oh, they might be able to get the kill onto the Sand King here now as well, with 3 heroes being about. They can come soon now as well. With Patrick, with the BKB, he's being right-clicked down by Violent. There's going to be a little shot coming through. One of those multiple kisses with that arena. The both does get used, but Ramses is going to get the right-click onto Laguna. Laguna tries to get forced after away, but Gatsi's going to be the target now as well, and Ramses might be able to bring up both supports. BKB is standing on the back lines now as well, but Pasha, he has the Aeon Disc of his own, so that's Sonic Wave. Not going to be able to get the kill in that. But it's time the Queen of Pain's finished off Pasha so many times.
Illusion!
Mars this time again with the Aeon Disc. Let's get himself back the back lines. I think that's going to kill. They get the kill to FNG. Pasha gets really darn low, no survivability for him, but take down the Sun King. Press kids. He's finished off his Satanic now. That's going to be really nice in these fights. And yeah, 38 minutes in, it looks like CIS rejects are just starting to come to the point where they're comfortable taking these fights. You guys can kill it. Press with the BKB. Regen comes through here from Roger now as well. Roger with that locket as well as the mechanism and the overcharge. So much survivability there for the Lina. Satanic committed there as well. So Prescott just looks, well, at least when it's the Dendy as well as Violent stepping up to it, just looks unkillable.
Yeah, especially when Violent doesn't get a bash at a good time. Now this could be Rax going in favor of CIS rejects because Sand King is still down for the count for another full minute.
Yeah, and Gatsby's going to step up, but the rage comes out. It looks like Lifestealer. That rage will be wearing off sometime soon, but it will get him the racks. So he's not carrying on going here. Gatsby's going to get aggression to use this as BKB, and Gatsby has to be forced after himself, so he changes targets onto Violent.
Ooh, bashes.
Rams, where's that bash?
Oh goodness.
Not there in time. So maybe the... I mean, a stroke of good luck there for Ramses to be able to get himself away.
That was insanely lucky.
Yeah, he's going to go for the full. He's not even going to go for the Daedalus. He's just going to go for the full Abyssal Blade here. So, trying to get through, or at least secure a bash next time. Roche is back up as well.
It could have been so big if they killed Ramses there. Would have been a free Roche.
Yeah, I mean, Ramses does have his buyback, so the Penta Edge sword as well. A lot of people say this isn't a great item, but specifically on Lifestealer, I do really like this. The attack range as well as the damage. It's nicely for Ramses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in these man fight situations, it is a really good item. Violent still has just the enchanted quiver, which I don't think is super great here.
Items do we have on the side of Fate? It's gonna be... He's got himself the ninja gear. But yeah, like I say, he's not using it, he's just keeping himself the enchanted quiver. I mean, they're gonna be able to find himself a third Aegis of the game. And who takes the blessing?
No circle. Radiant.
Never mind, looks like it's gonna be Kunkka.
I guess it's okay. Torrent Storm is quite good. Let's see, it's pretty shit on Ogre this game. The other option would have been Snapfire, but I do think Torrent Storm is better.
Yeah. As long as it hits, I guess. Yeah, it is a quite nice spell. Uses a lot of mana though. I didn't realize it was 250 mana.
It's quite expensive. But CIS rejects, they have two supports that are not gonna have magic immunity, so just throwing it out in the middle of a fight is gonna have a lot of value.
Why am I seeing... No, oh, I didn't even realize this. Looking at the neutral items. CIS rejects stole the Philosopher's Stone from Bait. I thought it was just a bug with the pause, but yeah, IO and F and G both have a Philosopher's Stone.
Haha. That's the dream. And still they're quite far behind Laguna.
Yeah. Laguna, like you say, he's just played this really well in this game. He's been involved in, what's that, 23 kills in terms of kills and assists, so starting to rack those up.
Mm-hmm. It's level 20 now as well.
Chipped away.
Level 3 Mortimer's Kisses.
Their structures.
He's even got the movement slot on those multiple kisses there as well, so if you do connect, that's going to be even more damage for him. Kunkka. Abyssal Blade recipe it is, so this is the full Abyssal Blade coming through for Violent now as well.
Bottom tower needs some help.
To be able to use that, no more TPing, well, as long as it's off cooldown, no more TPing away with that Rage or the BKB.
Fire's bottom tower is being
Just have to be careful because he doesn't have buyback right now.
Deserves just as much help as bottom.
And his buyback is very expensive.
Yeah, I mean, you can just clear off creep waves with this Timebringer, it looks like. Every time he does, it goes down by about 2. So, like, oh, they're going to be able to get a time onto another Lucifer comes out. Mars going to be able to get the rune off here. This will be popped now as well, but Violent forced off away. He does still have that Aegis. The finger comes through. He might be able to pop that Aegis. Cookie wasn't able to connect in time. So, yeah, Violent gets himself.
That's Aegis gone.
As well. Yeah, another quick Aegis. But he does get himself out. Technically alive. Died, but he didn't stay dead.
I wish we had like a stat for the average Aegis duration on Violent.
Do you think it hit double figures? The minute mark?
I don't think so.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They do see Ramses. He has a Skadi now, so he is very tanky.
Could be a big jump to get a power strike onto Rocky there. The X comes out. I think that's a good damage jump to the IO. IO's probably the main target here. Just stop that regen to come through. Ice Storm has been used now as well. Ramses gets a kill onto Gatsy. Going to try and chase down to John, but he gets a TP, the force stuff away. It looks like something.
3-man burrow.
Blink away now as well. That comes through from Gatsy. They're going to be able to chase. He doesn't have an outpost to TP to, so he's going to be able to, having to go the long way. The arena comes out. It's only been stolen to Laguna now. As it looks like Pasha Deadly gets killed off by Ramses, but Pasha, what's he going to be able to do? Laguna just ran himself away. The force staff comes out to the Sun King once again for the break. Well, another force staff, but a good spear. Get the kill eventually now. Did he want to chase even further? Gatsy double damage, but I don't think he's going to be taking advantage of that as Pasha picks up a gem.
Bendy was really greedy with his cheese there. I think he could have lived.
Might even be able to chase out onto Violent. Violent's going to go for the TP. LSA though will connect, stopping that TP. Laguna Blade gets committed now as well. He's going to be speared to the tree, and Kunkka,
Radiant's top
well,
tower
he goes
has
down with
looked
his
better.
ship in this instance. That's, I mean, they do all have buybacks now, so he did get the buyback out before he died. So that's going to be nice for Bait if he needs to defend. But that, again, it's a lane of racks, and Ramsey's, like you
Radiant's
say, he's
top
hit this
tower
power spike.
has
Nascadi,
looked better.
he's just looking extremely deadly in these fights now, Ramsey's.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle
So-
tower could use some help.
It's gonna have to buy back.
Where
Do
did
they
Radiant's
just give
middle
up
tower
megas? That doesn't seem like a great idea.
go? Radiant have fortified their structures.
Yeah, the buyback comes through the cookie. Also, I think there's locked on the IO once again. Then he gets the kill on the backlines. Ramsey's going to try and get himself away from this as Johnson falls up once again. Flashy wants to chase. Got the arena in a couple of seconds, but Kakatsu, he's getting low. He will go down. The arena comes down. This is going to be dead with the Sunbeam now as well. But Dendy, what can he do on the backlines? The LSA will connect onto the Queen of Pain. And Dendy does still have that aim just coming up in 9 seconds. And she's available as well. So he just has to blink himself away to safety. Ramsey's might want to carry on chasing here now as well. Scatter Blast as well as the stun, but Ramsey's, he's going to be fine.
Those things aren't cheap, you know.
Ramsey's axe even gets, well, Laguna gets a career there. But Ramsey's just wants to step up. It looks like he wants to go. There's going to be a spear to the side of it, but the end is as well as the cookie. Gets Dendy out safe. Torrent going to be used here on Ramsey's, but 5,000 health. How do you get through this? Abyssal Blade going to be committed. LSA onto the Kunkka. Kunkka's going to be right-clicked down by Predator as well as Ramsey's. Ramsey's with the rage. And the change charges onto Dendy. Dendy with the Sonic Wave, but Ramsey's takes barely any damage. I think he's getting to the point where he's just a raid boss here. Absolutely unkillable. The cookie comes out. Ramsey's is going to be stunned up, but they just don't have the damage to get through this front line here. Even Pasha with that Aeon Disc, surviving through, regenning up, and Ramsey's, yeah, like you said, they're just going to go for Megas here. Depresskid just hanging himself back because with that extra long attack range now as well.
Just cannot kill the lifestealer. I have no idea how they stop this.
It's like 5k health, and Ramsey's is just on an absolute terror at the minute.
The Dire now has mega creeps.
Phew.
46 minutes in, and CIS Rejects, after such a great start from Bait, they just weren't able to close it out, and CIS Rejects pull Megas.
Money to burn.
And that's going to be the Swift Blink. Is that the boots gone? It is going to be the boots for the Lifestealer. Once this gets blown in.
He already didn't have boots, he saw this armlet.
Ah, okay. Right. That makes sense. That makes more sense.
Yeah, but Ramses, he's so strong right now.
Bottom lane F&G. Well, it's going to be the relocate in from Ramses as well as Roger. They might even try and turn this one around. Violent. Good Abyssal Blade here onto Ramses. Can be locking down long enough with that Fire Blast now as well. But Roger just offering so much regen on the backlines. The Torrent Storm. Retreat.
Kunkka is very strong, but he cannot man-fight a Lifestealer.
More fuel for my fire.
He's going to be going for the Rapier. Yeah, okay. I suppose you have to with the amount of health that Ramses has. You know, trying to get through this. But I don't know. I mean, how far away is he? He's still about 3,000 gold away. It's going to be a ways away yet. And CIS Rejects, they might just look to end now. Raskid about 600 gold away from his buyback. But Ramses and Pasha's as those. Yeah, Ramses just comes in onto the tier 4 tower with the rage, with the Wicked Sphere on top of him now as well. What are you going to be able to do to Ramses? He's going to be taking some tower shots. It gets him low.
There is a DD top and Roche could spawn in 20 seconds.
Yeah, true. And Bait at the minute just can't leave the base. So this is a really nice opening here for CIS Rejects. So let's see, 7 seconds. Is this the point where you just park FNG in the Roach Pit? Just say, just wait.
Yeah, just use FNG as a ward.
I mean, 43 seconds, it's not too far away. Pasha even looking to get an ambush here on top of this cliff, just in case anybody from the side of Bait comes out to try and farm.
They have 2 wards now. FNG and Pasha are both wards.
I mean, at this point, what else are you gonna do?
I mean, Ramses and Depressed Kid together would probably win 2v5.
Prescott's 6 seconds away from Roche spawning. He's going to check the pit. Whether he sticks around, he's just going to dip in, dip back out. But it will come up now, so maybe they're saying to F&G, this is your job. You play the living ward. Get yourself in there until he's back up. And lo and behold, the big man is there.
Ooh.
Welcome back.
Right, and its relocate comes through. Violet has to pop that BKB from back. Now I think he'll be able to right click him down. He's going to be popping out Abyssal Blade. Violet's going to get pretty down low. Tom will come through. I think he'll be able to get himself away. He's going to be caught in the area. BKB was up. Backline. P-John will be caught out. Kill off. Maybe if that BKB goes down. It's going to be Prescott on a killing spree. Roshan not even needed. CIS rejects. No one can take this. Step themselves up. 3 kills, and I don't think Dendy as well as Gatsy yet. They just caught the GG, so it's going to be another long one. But eventually, CIS rejects will take the first game of the series. Just a little bit quicker than last time here. 50 minutes. So, really nice. I mean, you can see they still had the kill lead, 35 to 25. But CIS rejects started to win the team fights later and later and later, and just swung the net worth in their favor. So, what did Bait need to end that game? Like, when they were pushing onto the tier 3s on that first stage, is that kind of the time that they needed to end the game?
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team's turn to pick. Dire team's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick.
Queen of pain.
Hello and welcome back. We're going to get ourselves into the second game here, and it's that first game. It was going all right for Bait. So how did they kind of capitalize on this? Like you were talking about that. So we're going to go for the Bane and the Queen of Pain this time, as CIS rejects go for this. But yeah, is there anything specific? Do they just need to pick an early game lineup here to try and force CIS rejects into the corner?
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like picking an early game lineup against CIS rejects is a good idea in general. As far as what they need to do differently, it's gonna help to have a more classic carry maybe that can push a bit more. Because they were definitely in a good spot, and Kunkka did a lot of work, but Kunkka is not really a pushing hero. He can push a little bit with Axe and then right-clicking the tower, but they couldn't really break high ground. So if they can fix that issue, I feel like they have a really good shot at taking this game.
Radiant team ban.
Okay, well, he banned out the Invoker, the OD, as well as the Puck and the Mars, so no time. CIS rejects taking out the Faceless Void. Kunkka is gone. Weaver as well as the Beastmaster. What? Who gets removed now? And the Dark Willow, but they removed that themselves.
Monkey King
Trying to think of
still in.
Remaining.
Yeah, true.
5 seconds remaining.
I know he's going to be playing on the Queen of Pain, so we're not going to be seeing a Void all this game. But do you think that CIS rejects just go back for the Lena up against that mid lane? Because it worked quite well in the first, or the early stage of
Dire team's turn to ban.
It depends, because Lena can be quite boring, and mid players, you know, they want to play fun stuff.
So, what else have we got? I mean, I wouldn't mind a Zeus. Because Zeus is quite. Zeus is kind of like the definition of boring in the.
And pretty awful against Quop.
Yeah, but we. About that.
True. No, I would say go pick Zeus. Give the viewers what they want.
Is there anything apart from the Lena? Is there anything else that you think that CIS rejects would look what's in the mid lane here up against the Queen of Pain?
Ember is decent because you can dodge a lot of the Quop spells if you're fast enough.
10 seconds remaining.
There is a few heroes that are quite good against Quop, but they're not really meta. Like, I wouldn't expect CIS rejects to pick a Meepo or a Huskar this game. So I'm gonna say that Ember or Lena are the most likely candidates here for the mid lane.
The Storm Spirit. Yeah, the Storm Spirit is still there.
Turn to pick.
If you want something a little bit different, the Undying comes out this time. Okay.
I mean, last game went so well because They had a lot of stuns.
Yeah.
Now picking up the Undying and so early as well, when CIS Reject can still pick up the Lina or the PL to clear the Tombstone. I'm not really a big fan of this pick. I almost want to say that I prefer Ogre, and that is crazy coming from me.
Yeah, that would be wild. I mean, Baits do still have a lot of stuns. They're all on the Bane. Decent amount of control coming through.
Yeah, but as you said, it's just on the Bane, and you can't really rely on a position 5 to do all of the disabling.
True, true. So what would you like to see? Some, like, carrying an offlaner here, looking for stuns, so the Mars has been removed. What do we think of? Tide has the Ravage, we have the Lunas with the beams. Trying to think what builds on the stun builds here for Bait.
I really don't like going for Tide, because then you are so incredibly cooldown dependent.
Yeah.
As far as the carry goes, Sven could be good.
Yes, Sven Raid.
As he
Radiant
stun,
King's turn
takes
to kill.
towers. Yeah, Raid King is a very good option too.
Dark Seer.
Meanwhile, CIS Rejects go for something again a little bit different. I think we saw this on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I think we saw this on Thursday.
Dire Team's turn to
The Dark Seer being picked up by CIS Rejects. They pick up the Luna themselves now as well.
Bait could go for the Lifestealer themselves. Decent against Spirit Breaker, doesn't care too much about Darkseer illusions, good matchup against Luna.
10 seconds
The only
remaining.
downside is that, once again, Bait has very few disables, and Darkseer can
seconds
just
remaining.
search anyone that Lifestealer goes on.
Yeah. Does
Radiant
CIS
King's
Rejects,
turn to ban.
are they going to be playing this position 5 Spirit Breaker here, and the IO and the Darkseer in the offlane, do you think?
I think it's gonna be Spirit Breaker Darkseer together in Luna IO.
I'm just asking because we have seen some Spirit Breaker 5s comes up. That's,
10 seconds remaining.
but who needs stuns when you can just take the enemy stuns?
5 seconds
Hopefully going to
remaining.
be picked up here from Bait and could turn himself into, well, maybe the Luna, maybe the space car.
I mean, the enemy also doesn't have a lot of stuns. What do you do now?
True. So, yeah, Morph getting picked up, and it looks like they are looking for an offlaner. Is there an offlaner you like here for Bait, just to complete this up against what could be the IO Luna lane?
Let's see, offlaners with stuns. Tide is an option. Maybe Slider is decent?
Yeah, true.
Or just something with a blink initiation. You can even pick Centaur to...
Well, you can't now.
Gosh darn it, CIS Rejects. I was gonna make a beautiful point about how you don't have to care about
Radiant
search
Team
if you just stampede after them.
Brood gets taken away from by Bait. Yeah, that makes sense. We did see a Cheese Brood come through on Thursday. There were Bait just playing away from this, just saying we absolutely want nothing to do with it.
10 seconds left.
Slide off a
Decided?
Bait. I don't think that would be a bad pickup.
5
You get
seconds
the
remaining.
corrosive haze that goes through once that Luna picks up the BKB. Like you say, you've got the blink initiation. It's going to be, it's a small AoE stun, but it's still an AoE stun. You've got the bashes there as well.
It's just very... there's not that much synergy with this Slider. Like, they don't have that much physical damage, and like
Dire Team
a
ban.
Bane Slider lane isn't too great. I would be very surprised to see the Fishman, but at the same time, what else is there? I guess they could go for a Night Stalker.
Yeah, being able to
Fits
jump
with
on
the
front
early
lines.
aggression. Yeah. But then
I mean,
10 seconds
you
remaining.
have the same problem where if the enemy gets a BKB, you can't really do anything
5
anymore.
seconds remaining.
yeah, but if you're going for a Night Stalker, would you not be trying to target like the down quickly, like, you know, get rid of Roger on that IO, potentially here, and then look to try and take the fight that way? Or is this just that the Night Stalker would be getting in the face of the Lunar Darkseer? If it was the Night Stalker.
I mean, as a Night Stalker, you probably would focus the supports. Like, jump IO every single fight. But at the same time, someone is gonna have to deal with the Luna.
Well, that's
And
what you have-
ideally,
Yeah.
You want to have a hero.
Look for.
True. The problem with that is that that only works inside a team fight. You also kind of want to have heroes that can make sure that you can get pickoffs or like skirmishes going. If you go for a Night Stalker, then it's gonna be very hard to find kills on cores in the mid game. Like you have a Bane, but as we said, Bane is not really that reliable for locking people down.
And CIS rejects looking for the Lena. With really only the Bane, Bane there as well. With Bane
Radio
having
team's
the
turn to
keys
pick.
come out, it's taken away. Do you think CIS rejects? What do you think they want to go for here? Because you've talked about the Ember and the Lena. Given the choice now, you see most of Bait's lineup. What do you think that CIS rejects?
I think Lena is a little bit better than Ember
10
because
seconds remaining.
Ember doesn't enjoy life against the Morphling.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like we might just see something crazy. I think that's kind of
Dire
out of
team's
meta.
turn to pick.
Okay, no, it's just gonna be the Ember. I mean, it fits the tempo for CIS rejects really well. I can just see it struggling if it doesn't have a good lane and... I mean, to be fair, we spoke about the lack of stuns on Bait,
10
and
seconds
that is
remaining.
a situation in which Ember really does thrive.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll have to see. I mean, Bait have themselves a decent final pick. Here as well. Could they do something else out of the ordinary? I'm just into this lineup here. I mean, the Luna, the French in the world, so I'm still down for the Slider. Is there anything else you can think of that you think of? Pretty good here.
They could still go for the Tide. It just means that they have to play around their ultis really well.
Choose your
It's gonna be the Night Stalker.
Yeah, so if it is going to be the position IO. No, it's going to be Roger on the IO again, so FNG on the Spirit Breaker here. Ramsey's on the Luna, Pasha on Dark Sea. Right, so it is going to be that position for Spirit Breaker, as far as I can tell.
I feel like Roger is just the IO player. Like
Yeah.
when you have an IO in the game, the 4 and 5 are not really that set in stone. I feel like you just have two position 4.5s.
Yeah, true. And I mean, if they can both steal a Philosopher's Stone as well.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice. Maybe that's why they won last game.
Yeah, all that extra gold. That's Bait now looking at that. I mean, looking at this lineup, it's not a bad lineup, but well, Morphlin does go late eventually to, you know, CIS rejects, like you're saying. The power spike usually comes in the late. You'll be able to counterbalance that. In terms of early aggression here, do you think Bait are going to be aggressive once again? Do you think they're going to try and go for those early towers? Or, you know, what's the play here from Bait in the second game?
I mean, they do have an Undying, so I feel like they want to put on some pressure in the early mid game. And like CIS rejects, they apparently do really well in games that go late, so if I was Bait and I had a Night Stalker and an Undying, I would definitely put on the pressure. In this game, they have a hero that pushes towers a little bit better than the Kunkka and the Morphling, so yeah, I would put on the aggression for sure.
And they are smoking up. Do they have any first blood potential here in this War Ones? There's just a secure wards to secure. Looks like it is just going to be Gatsy walking up, looking for the ward. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think they have any first blood potential. They have some fighting potential, but they can't really like stun and take someone down.
Okay. Well, it was actually a really cheeky play there from Laguna as well, so they know, or the ward comes out. It's going to be
30
spotted by
seconds
this
to
observer
battle.
ward anyway. But the Undying walks through, places observer, and then Laguna purposely shows coming from the other direction back through the mid into the river. So it's just one of those that if the ward wasn't already down, it could be...
Ooh, Laguna.
Laguna could be in a little bit of trouble here now as well. Ramses is actually going to go for Blessing at level 1, so the Nightmare does come out from Laguna. Still going to be taking shots from Roger. Gatsy's moving himself over now as well.
Could we see a rune fight?
The battle
Maybe.
started.
I mean, Ramses has to move himself away. John isn't going to be coming in with a Void as well, so it looks like it's just going to be the steal. So CIS rejects. If you actually want to fight into this, Laguna's going to come right up back to the face. John's going to be there as well if he wants to go into Roger. But it looks like they have the harass.
Oh, this is so rough for bait.
Yeah.
The offlane is ruined.
Is this just stopping the blocks and, you know, stopping this progression through from creeps? I mean, because it's going to be Ramses and Roger have to get themselves back into lane 2, right? So how does this play up? Why did they just get aggressive though and just, you know, turn this on to the two bait heroes?
And they just deal so much damage with the Blessing, and they have really efficient healing with the IO. So if you can make some trades happen at the start, that is definitely very good for them.
Well, we'll have to see how this looks back mid lane. Taking a lot of damage, but Dendy, damage return is there from the Flame Guard. Top lane there as well. Violence taken. I mean, Gatsy's going to be able to level 2 as well if he wants to go for it. Get the soul rip off as well. So Violent shouldn't be in too much trouble. Oh no, FNG's going to go for the charge. Violent again, only level 1.
Dendy.
More Flame. Dendy gets killed off in the mid as it looks like the charge.
In flame.
Do anything here on the top lane.
Oh,
So-
poor Dendy.
I got baited.
Yep.
Crack out your Tito's. But Dendy, okay, he's level 2 now. Suppose he doesn't really have the burst from the beam as, okay. Pasha. The Gatsy bottom lane. So Gatsy's stepping up a little bit too far as well. But bottom lane, I'm just looking at the stack pulls coming through and contesting onto this. Laguna is still only level 1. Was supposed to go for the Nightmare at level 1 here as well. Ramses, he's coming up. There's going to be a Void coming through from John. And Ramses doesn't care, he just shrugs it off. So Laguna's going to try and do his best to disrupt this pull through, but the overcharge comes through with the tether, and Ramses putting a lot of damage out onto Laguna. Laguna just has to back himself away. John going to be taking some right click there as well. Ramses, usually you see the Roger that was top lane is just a bit of a meat grinder here. Violent. Still low on health. But yeah, usually you see Roger looking to get the pull back, you know, pull the aggression through from the lane and reset the lane. But at the minute, they're just really happy for this to be pushed up because it means that Laguna, unless it goes underneath the tier 1 tower, Laguna as well as Beyond don't have anywhere really to go on this.
Yeah, it is looking really good for CIS rejects at the start. That nice kill from the Pressed Kid, hitting level 2 first and skilling up chains. That really propels him in the mid lane, and at the same time they're doing well in every single other lane. Even Violent really struggling to stay alive in this top lane now. With the double Iron Shell.
Taking a lot of damage, but Violent gets the shift off in time. Yeah, it's actually...
Laguna?
Garcia. Going to actually be able to make a move onto Gatsy here. Violent's going to get really darn low. Really get slow on the bottom lane, but FNG just wants to carry on going. The bash comes out and Violent going to be forced to once again strength morph here. Gatsy's not looking too healthy as well, less than 100 health.
There is action in every single lane right now.
Yeah, and I've missed it all. But CIS rejects, they're getting aggressive here. They're maybe trying to take away the solo game aggression that we saw from Bait in that last game, but just getting aggressive themselves. Pull does come through. Laguna, like I say, is getting low. He's going to be burning through a lot of regen as well. Pure needs to move himself back. He does have the bracer as well as the gauntlet. It's not going to be the second bracer to the Night Stalker. It looks like he's got it queued up.
Yeah, interesting. I guess he doesn't want to go for the Helm of Iron Will. Didn't get the memo that that is what the cool offlaners buy.
Dyer's here fortified their
Gatsy denies
structures.
himself to the creeps. I mean, he could still go for it, right? I guess he just wants the extra survivability in the lane. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. It could be the case that he doesn't want to go for Armlet and wants to go for Echo Saber instead. That's a pretty common build for Night Stalker too. And then you don't really need the Helm of Iron Well.
Top lane, Violent's going to be stepping up. Needs to be careful. The soul rip now from Gatsy. is available. So he is going to be able to get himself, the salve comes out, so Morphin's going to be able to get himself back to a decent amount of health. As in lane, Press Kid, in terms of last, it's quite even, but like you say, he did get that first blood. So that's going to be a little bit of a boost to him. He's farming the side stacks now as well.
Worthy tribute.
It's pretty nice for Depressed Kid, all things considered, because Corp still wins in terms of CS generally.
Yeah.
But the Ember is leading in terms of net worth, and that's what truly counts.
And what do you think? It looks like he's going to be going towards the phase boots. What's the build for the Ember Spirit here? Does he go first item Ags, or is there anything that you want to be picking up first? Do you want to go for the bots first, or you know what's Depressed Kid? What roughly, you know, what's he going to be thinking here in this middle?
I think you buy Orb of Corrosion,
yeah,
and then just use Sleight of Fist on people. Probably want to get Maelstrom into BKB or BKB into Maelstrom afterwards to deal with the Night Stalker.
Okay.
Going for something like Yules is utterly useless. Aghanims is suicide. So it's gonna be BKB Maelstrom. The question is what the order is.
Gon being forced back behind his tier 1 tower here as well. Ramses as well as Roger just absolutely running this bottom lane. And F&G, what's he going to be doing? Hatsy's trying to do his best to hide himself behind the trees. The charge comes in onto Dandy, but Depressed Kid already engaging onto Gatsy on the back line, looking for that rune. What was it? Also, no, it was the haste, so Gatsy already picked it up. Yeah, Dandy does have the blink if he gets into too much danger. Could be a remnant to chase here, but Depressed Kid get overly aggressive. Gatsy with the haste. He's going to be able to pick himself up a bounty and at least just dance himself out of danger.
Dire's bottom tower
Always
needs
nice.
as well.
He could be in trouble now though.
Does FNG have the damage? It's going to be the rotation from Pasha now as well with that surge. Where's the iron shells to come through, doing the damage in Gatsy. Well, he drops the tombstone, but where's that vacuum? Does Pasha want to use it here? Gatsy trying to run himself away from this. The zombies are going to be slowing him down. Then charging 4 seconds now as well. The vacuum comes out. Pasha picks up the kill. Really nicely done. They're not going to be able to get towards the extra gold from the tombstone, I don't think, but kill to Gatsy. That's a really nice kill there for Pasha. Some extra gold, and it looks like it's going to be the blink dagger coming out. What is it? Okay, it's just going to be the wand for Pasha coming through now, so that's going to be the stick into the wand, and then the blink into the Lotus Orb. Really?
That is strange. First item blink on Daxio.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of it. I'm gonna pull something out of the bag, like, you know, you get your blink and the vacuum for the slight fists here and chains, something like that.
I think it would be nice to have reliable disable on the mod. You can vacuum into a charge.
Radiant's middle tower is
Wall
under
gets
attack.
dropped. Preston's going to get the kill onto Gatsy in the middle and the charge from FNG, but I was just looking to see if Pasha going to get aggressive onto Violent here, because, I mean, Violent, the wall is down, Vacuum's up as well, so if he drags Violent back, I mean, Violent's right up on the Agi shift. Bottom lane, I think he'll be able to go into the zone now as well. There is going to be a Sonic Wave that actually does a lot of damage to Ramses. Ramses gets taken down. Really nice rotation from Dendy. I think he'll be able to take down Roger as well. Roger does have the creeps and tether too. He's going to go for the TP now as well, but the damage isn't going to be enough. He gets himself out just by the skin of his teeth.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Nice rotation though. Do kill the Luna. That is very important.
Yeah. Preskid waiting on the high ground here. Make something happen. Laguna does come up. There's going to be the illusion room coming through from the Prescott. Steering chains now as well. Bane doesn't have the mana for the nightmare. Sorrit keeps Laguna healthy. Prescott isn't going to chase too far. He just goes back to the stacks.
Vanguard is running out though.
All the way through from the other side of the map from FNG. In fact, he might go down. So he does actually now shift over to Gatsy. Gatsy could be in trouble. 2 points into the bash now as well. I think he'll be able to do the damage. In fact, they're definitely going to be able to do the damage. One more slight face. Anything to get that last hit. Roger rotates in. But Ember Spirit is going to be able to get up. Will claim the kill. Yon as well as Dendy. So John even going to be able to refresh the ball here from Denny, but another charge into the Lucid Beam. They're going to actually commit onto the CIS rejects. I think they're going to get the kill onto the Night Stalker once again. Ramses picks it up with one more right click.
The early game was really tight for Bait last game, and now it's feeling very sloppy. They're just losing heroes left and right.
It's a charge once again onto Laguna.
Radiant's courier has been
Cancelled underneath the
killed.
tier 2 tower.
What
Then
did
he
that
picks up a
courier
courier.
ever do
So he
to
picks up
anyone?
something at least. And I mean, you were talking about CIS Rejects needing to tighten up this early game. Well, 8-2 at just under 10 minutes.
Radiant's
Looks like
middle
they've,
tower
for this
could use some
game at
help.
least, it looks like they've figured it out.
Beating on Dire's top tower.
Yeah, for sure. They won every single lane.
Are those
And right
cracks
now,
in
even
Dire's
with
top
Bait
tower?
picking Undying Bane, they feel really weak at this stage of the game. Press the kid.
The waveform coming through. Violent is he going to be able to, just jumps himself away through the remnant, but then he is close now. So he's going to be able to get the kill to the Preston. He's going to get pretty darn low. Not going to be able to shift any further. The illusions from the wall. Asher will claim the kill. Then he gets himself a regen. Going to be able to go on to FNG in the mid lane. FNG has to charge himself away. He's going to be slow, but it will be steady progress. I say slow. It's slow for a Spirit Breaker. Does get himself out of danger.
And he is finding some kills, which is nice. Wonder if he's gonna try to go for the
Dire's
Orchid
top
again.
tower is under attack. Radiant's
Yeah,
middle tower shouldn't have to take this
The
abuse.
Orchid up against the Ember Spirit here. Because it's going to be a while right
Are
before
those
the
cracks in Dire's top tower?
Ember. Yeah, it's going towards the Maelstrom, so it's going to be a while before the BKB comes out.
I'm not sure. Let me see if I
Oh, he's
don't.
got the shift onto the Spirit Breaker now. They're going to try and go into Roger with the Nether Strike. Is he going to be able to use this once again? Violent tries to get himself away from this. Nether Strike does get huge, but FNG might have overcommitted. The end. Tombstone gets dropped. And it looks like the rest of CIS Rejects. A worthy sacrifice there. On the Space Cowl. Maybe not enough. Roger gets the tether right back onto Ramsey. He's doing a little bit of scouting, but Roger should be safe. It's going to be fine even with the dagger sticking into him. This little ball won't pop just yet. And Luna, level 7, so 4 points into the Blessing, 2 points into the Bouncing Glaives. Is this still the normal build, even with the aggression coming through from Bait? Do you not want to pick up the Eclipse for a while just yet?
Nah, it's farming time. Because even with the standard build, with the Blessing and Glaives, you can still fight. You just hit really hard.
Dire's
That
bottom
relocate
tower
coming
needs
through. It's going to be
help.
onto the top lane now as well. The charge comes through, and it looks like they might be able to go into the Night Stalker. The Ramses, he says there's farm to be had.
It's a questionable reload when there is no Nether Strike up. Maybe it's to kill a single hard cap? Oh, they just leave Ramses top.
Okay, so yeah, just moving them, I guess, to put some aggression onto this. I mean, the tier 1 tower is looking
Dire's
pretty
middle
low,
tower isn't going to last long.
and they might try and break out a team fight because IO does TP back up here, Roger, to get back towards Ramses. Gon just has to
They're
back himself
beating on
away. They
Dire's
might be able
top
to find the
tower.
Bane though. Slight Fist comes out. Illusion Rune comes out once again. Nightmare though will be there, so Depression is going to be able to toggle that one off the charge. They want to try and break a
Dire's
fight because
top
then he's going to be
tower
close.
has
Slight Fist does
fallen.
come through. That charge, it's not been cancelled just yet. FNG, is he going to connect to this? Yeah, he carries on going. Gatsy will be there as well. So the charge connects onto it. Now the strike, the Bane will go down almost immediately as Gatsy will be in trouble here now as well. Depression going to try and chase him down with these illusions as well. Just trying to scout him out. Slight Fist comes through, and Gatsy soul rips, but it's not going to be the most health he could have grabbed. I want to dive underneath it. He's going to go with the Searing Chains. Yeah, that's Slight Fist. And the illusions finish the job there. Depressed Kid. Really nice couple of kills he was involved with. In fact, he's going to go behind the tier 1 tower, TP out and be able to
Someone
jump back
better help
right back
Dire's
to his
middle
remnant.
tower.
It's aggression onto the second tier 1 tower in the game for CIS Rejects.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Deadly once again has so much gold saved up. Hasn't really figured out what he wants to go for this game. Kai and Sanj is just generally good, and Orchid is really more of a risk. Because yeah, it's good against Ember before he gets to BKB, but afterwards it's almost useless. Because Luna doesn't really care, Ember is not gonna care, Spirit Breaker is not gonna care. It's just not a great Orchid game.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe he does. I mean, he's saving the gold, so this
Not
might
much
just be the
good's
straight
happening to
Kai that he
Radiant's
buys.
bottom tower.
Go
Radiant
towards
structures
this.
are fortified.
Mid lane, tier 1 tower. FNG,
Radiant's
he's
bottom
waiting. He's waiting for
tower is
anybody
under
to come
attack.
close to try and defend this. And he's going to have that net strike in 10 seconds as well. But it looks like he's just opted to take some pressure onto the tier 1 tower.
Someone better
The
help
bottom lane
Dire's
here.
middle tower.
They don't overcommit. They're not going to get the tier 1 tower. Yeah, Violent might step up for
Dire's
this now.
middle tower just went
There's the mid
down.
charge. Comes out Dendy.
Dire's
You wanna-
top tower is under
he
attack.
cancels it. Yeah, not sure what he's charging into.
Radiant's bottom
Violent
tower is
will be
under
able to take this
attack.
tier 1 tower on the bot lane now as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is no more.
But in terms of net worth, Ramses is right up there. In fact, what's that? It's over, what, 1,500 gold? 100 gold, yeah, that he's above Violent, and it's not going to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, he almost... Yeah, that's his Manta complete. Meanwhile, Night Stalker is not even close to finishing his Midas.
It was the Midas he went for? I thought it was going to be the... I genuinely thought he might go back for the Echo Saber.
Yeah, that was my prediction as well, but looks like Bait. They've lost the early game and they want to take it late.
Maybe we see a flip of the last game here. FNG was looking for that charged target. Where's the vision? Who did he see? They don't see anybody.
Never refuse go.
So FNG just biding his time. Waiting to see who shows. He's got himself the Dollar Crest queued up. The medallion on the courier. That's just the Blightstone on the courier. Bane. Laguna, is he going to show here? Ramses is pushing right up to the tier 2 tower as well.
Dyer's top tower?
Laguna, if he does show though, he's going to be in trouble because there's a Spirit Breaker right close. You have a chance to come through immediately. The Illusion Beam's going to get committed. You're not even going to need the Nether Strike now as well. Laguna will go down to the Illusions. FNG gets the kill.
That was questionable. He has to know that Luna has high night vision, right?
Yeah. No. Maybe just thinking that he could get the disruption and then just get himself back into the trees, but FNG being so close, just the instant charge. But no way he gets himself out. Yeah, no, that was a little bit weird.
Let's see, Pasha does have his blink. This is so strange on attacks, yeah. Let's see what he can do with it.
I'm sticking to it. He's going to be setting up for a great vacuum back into a wall, into a 5-man sleight of fist with the shearing chains going and the Eclipse, and it's just going to be a team fight, absolute masterpiece come through. That's what I see in my head anyway. Whether it actually happens or not, we might see in the next couple of minutes, because I mean the Luna is level 11 now, so should be going towards, I assume, the Eclipse. At level 12, level 13.
We'll see. Then the body use. Interesting.
Dyer's top tower is under
Just get seen. That's going to be the... Well, I think it's charged down because FNG just looks like he's going to be able to run himself away. And yeah, it's only the 1 point into the Dark Ascension now as well.
Are those cracks in Dyer's top tower?
It looks like CIS Rejects, as soon as this comes out, they just disengage. And they've got so many tools to get disengaged with the relocate as well as the charge away, Ember Spirit just being able to dive to the remnants. And like you're saying, that the lack of knockdown on Bait might cost them, or it has cost them in the early game here in this match.
Yeah, they can't kill anyone. Especially with the IO as well. They would need to commit 5 heroes, because otherwise they just relocate in the Luna.
The Dark Ascension does wear off now as well. Dandy in the trees, Depresky coming forwards, working on that PKB. Helping him push the lane now as well. Kid. Looking, that was a slight fit. It's actually connected to the Sands coming through onto the Ember Spirit. Are they going to be able to do anything with charge coming through? Disconnect it. Violent maybe wants a chip, but that's going to be a good vacuum back into the Eclipse now as well. Cassie, these Moonblades are going to start to bounce and do a lot of damage from the side of Bait. The chase comes out. The Hex onto the Spirit Breaker now as well. Do damage to go down. It looks like he might be able to get the lockout. Comes out once again. Gatsy going to be killed off. And the relocate, it doesn't actually take...
Someone better help Dyer's
Well, okay, they get the Luna out. I thought they might have tried to take someone else and run away, but I suppose you don't want to be giving up the Luna. Only the IO does the turn. Okay, so no way to tether out.
Alright, so it turns out that walking high ground without vision against the Night Stalker doesn't always work out too well.
Yeah, wasn't great.
I mean, even when you're a cool Ember. Dandy is being charged.
Does he want to commit here? Dandy's on half health. No show. Violent. Steering chains. So no immediate lockdown. Does FNG want to carry on going here? Darkseid is close to backing him up, but Dandy just gets cancelled. Again, not sure where everybody else is. Maybe learnt the lesson from going into no vision here.
I mean, when you're playing a Spirit Breaker, you always wanna keep going because of the endorphin release when you hit someone with the charge, but sometimes you know that you shouldn't. It requires a lot of discipline to play the Space Cow.
Ramsey's going towards... In fact, he's going to have the... If he wants it. How far is the Morphlin? Morphlin changed his mind. Going to go back to the S-Blade. Into the Lincolns after that Manta style. Some aggression coming through from the shotgun build, but it's going to be a lot of defense from the Morphlin in his build so far. If he does commit to that Lincolns after the E-Blade.
I think it's totally fine. You have the E-Blade to blow up the IO and then make sure that you don't get charged.
On Dire's top tower.
Going to charge. Well, it's going to come through onto John, but the Eel Scepter comes out, so good catch there. Searing Chains onto the Night Stalker. If you want to carry on going though, the Nether Strike, he's mid-throw twice as these illusions from the Luna.
Ooh, Bane. Run, Laguna, run!
He's not going to be running anywhere, he's just going to stand it, and well, the vacuum comes back into a good sonic wave, though didn't have the damage to take down the Spirit Trigger. They do, and now that's going to be the end of the Spirit's turn to fall. They get the kill, the Eclipse comes through, the Ramses does want to carry on getting aggressive, the Lucid Bee wants to get to there as well. But yeah, the wall came out, and I don't know, this is still a good commitment for Bait if you want to go. In fact, they might be able to find Ramses. Morphlin steals the Ember Spirit's form with the Searing Chains. The Glaives carry on bouncing, the Illusions pushing through now as well. Gatsy off away from this. Yeah, that was still a really nice commitment from Bait. Even getting a couple of good ultimates out there as well.
Yeah, I thought Laguna was just completely out of position, but he ended up setting up really well for that fight. This Undying at this stage is still pretty relevant.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was 100% calculated from Laguna. He knew what he was doing. Okay, well,
he does.
CIS going for Roche. It's the Medallion is there for the Spirit Breaker as well. The Illusions as well for Ramses. Overcharge comes out, but Andy's close. How long? The Sonic Wave's not going to be up for the next minute or so. Yeah, it doesn't look like they know this is going on.
Even if they did, I'm not sure if they could contest. E-Blade is gonna be up though for the Morphling, and that's gonna help a lot.
Yeah, so is it Roger that you want to focus down with the E-Blade if the fight goes perfectly for him? Is it the just I guess for the regen that he's pumping out? Just take that away from CIS rejects.
IO is the prime target, although if you can get a core, you definitely wanna go for a core. It's just that they're a little bit harder to focus down.
Dire's middle tower isn't
Roger is just nice and easy prey.
Well, speaking about nice and easy prey, there is 3 heroes about, and
Dire's
FNG, if he
middle
shows,
tower is under
he
attack.
could be in a lot of trouble. And he does want to blink in, he's going to be able to get the blink, the screen, the Shadow Strike comes out, FNG, he's going to be able to get the I mean, okay, uses the pig pole to get some distance, I guess, because if Dendy catches up, he does have that Eel Scepter to stop the charge, but FNG can use that walk away skill. So yeah, I can't get the aggression over onto Dendy. Dendy with the blink away. Maybe not. Ember Spirit's going to be caught up by the Nightmare. Now the chance is onto Laguna. Do they have the damage to take Spirit Break down? For the Ember Spirit, they absolutely do here. The press kit, the clip comes out. The Searing Chains. 3 kills going the way of CIS rejects. They might not be done just yet. The press kit has one more round before the chase. Waveform comes down. It's going to be right into the press kit's back. It's going to be the double Searing Chains down into both heroes here. The vacuum comes back. The love down violent. Get the kill. Dendy. Don't do it, Dendy.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Ramsey starts to step up onto the tier 2 tower now. This is going to go down. In fact, with no buybacks available, they could be losing a set of racks.
Someone better help Dire's
The
middle
BKB
tower.
on the Ember makes such a big difference. If he didn't have the BKB there, he would have been blown up again. But now he stays alive, keeps using his slides and chaining people.
I guess Radiant fortified
This is going to be a sizable amount of building damage. Of the CIS rejects.
Yeah, and even the Enfeeble, it just gets purged off by the Manta style here, so these glaives are going to bounce, and it's not going to be morphed for the next 25 seconds, so this is, it can't be anything but a lane of, unless you want to try and push the tier 4s, but yeah, but with the two tier 2 towers, in fact, even the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane still standing, this is just going to be the lane of racks. In fact, the range rack still stands, so that's quite nice. The charge is going to be there now as well. He gets the blink away. It's going to be back behind the tier 2 tower, so FNG does cancel.
And Ramses, here's another 3k gold. The rune in a bottle as well. They can just walk down the bottom lane, get another set.
Yeah, the illusions have started onto it. In fact, this tier 1 tower down to just below half health, and they have the Aegis, so if any fights break out, they are going to have the advantage. Is this just what you think they should do here, is just look towards this bottom lane? Or do they even look for another team fight with the Aegis still being here?
I think they can pretty much do whatever they want.
FNG gets caught out once again. Did he? Violent uses the E-Blade, but it's not going to be enough damage.
Dire's top tower?
And FNG is just going to go wee all the way back to his own team in that little pig form.
Yeah, FNG, he is fairly tanky at this stage. This is a thing that is so nice about having a Spirit Breaker. He's just such a pain, but he also has 1700 HP.
Double damage!
Catch the Bane.
Let's catch it. It's going to be a relocate coming out on the back lines now. The strike won't actually be committed. Laguna's going to take a lot of damage on there as well. So FNG, the vacuum comes back. That's going to be the normal strike. Ramses gets himself the double.
Did he go to your first?
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to go straight up. The relocate comes out from the IO, but it's still going to be FNG and Ramses. Not even going to be going towards Rash, just bounce the blades around these tier 4 towers. Now the illusions as well. The buybacks from Bait are available if you want to do anything about this. There's going to be at least one buyback here on the Night Stalker. There as well. But they bait these ones out. In fact, they're not even going to stop fighting on this. Gats is going to be taking so much damage. The back lines, FNG is hit back. Ramses up. Ramses with the double damage. He wants to carry on going here. And Gatsy will be taken down. That's back himself. If he wants to Dendy with the BKB, he's going to be fun. He just has to get himself out of this depressed kid and wants to chase out Dendy. That BKB is about 3/4 of the way through now as well. Did they change targets on Tion? And it looks like he will target. The Eclipse comes out and Ramses gets the kill. Dive back forward. Depressed kid wants to carry on going, hit the Laguna. Just gets caught up by another Lucent Beam. Gatsy will be the charge target. We want to be going here as the buyback comes through from FNG. Ramses just still going on to these tier 4 towers. He dived himself in on the back line. Could it be another vacuum with the wall here? Denny get blown up, not before he gets the kill on the back. But that's still going to be a really nice kill. Laguna trying to do what he can with these glaives last around. Roger's going to be in trouble as it looks like Gatsy's still going to be charged from the other side of the map. And Gatsy gets killed off now. Once again, the Eclipse comes out. They're going to be able to get the lockdown onto Violent. Violent, can he get himself away from this? He can't be forced back towards his own ancient. GG comes out and CIS rejects in 27 minutes. Finish number 2. I think there was nothing they could do in that final fight. CIS rejects just ran rampant over them.
Yeah, this felt like the old Bait, but it...
So that is going to be it for CIS Rejects versus Bait. There is still a full day of Eastern European Division 1 coming up after us. That's going to be it for me and Wingblade. Wingblade, just to summarize this from CIS Rejects, you were talking about them needing to get aggressive in the early game. They did it here. They looked a lot better, right? That was what they needed to do maybe in the first game as well. Yeah, I mean, they do still have some good teams to play with Hydra as well as V, who are... Yeah, Rejects V as well as Hydra are probably my favourites in the Division 2. But for now, guys, that is going to be the it for Division 2. Stick around. We will have Division 1 coming up soon, I'm pretty sure. Won't be far off. And again, a full day of Eastern European Dota, which I'm looking forward to. But for now, that is going to be it for me and Wingblade. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on Thursday. And I think it's going to be T-Panda tomorrow. What day? Yeah, Sunday. So T-Panda and Hurry Freak are going to be on the Division 2 tomorrow for the Eastern. And me and Wingblade will be back on Thursday. We will see you.